ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच श्लोक नंबर 10। योगी युञ्जीत सततम् आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकीयत चित्तात्मा निराशीर परिग्रहः शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य
शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य
स्थिरमासनमात्मनः
स्थिरमासनमात्मनः
नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचम्
नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचम्
शैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम्
शैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम्
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा
यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात्
उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात्
योगमात्मविशुद्धये
योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
Starting from the shloka number 10. The Antaranga sadhana. Antaranga sadhana. We call a sadhana as Antaranga. That is inner limbs, inner parts. There must be Bhagiranga, inner, outer. Bhagiranga sadhana is karma yoga, upasana. Karma yoga, upasana. Karma yoga, let us say. Karma yoga, for chitta shuddhi, karma yoga. So that is Bhagiranga sadhana. Then Antaranga sadhana is the preparations which are made immediately before dhyana. Here we are talking about dhyana. This chapter is dhyana yoga. So Antaranga sadhana. So dhyanam means here we have to take it as the meditation, Vedantic meditation. It is not any dhyanam. Any dhyanam also you can take, but as a student of Vedanta, we are doing Shravanam, and we keep doing Shravanam. Now, what is heard, what has been listened to, the pramana vyapara as that knowledge, for the knowledge to be well assimilated, to be well entrenched in us, what has been heard on that should become a reality, that should become the vision. Only the knowledge is said to be well assimilated. Otherwise, it is just one more knowledge. It is aparavidya only. It is an information, not a knowledge. It is aparavidya, as Bhashakara says. Even the words of the Upanishads, the meaning of the words, the meaning you know, the words you know, the meaning and the meanings, if that is not turned into a knowledge, your vision, then the knowledge is not assimilated. It is just aparavidya. It is just information, aparavidya only. So aparavidya moksha, aparavidya moksha na bhavati. Moksha is only by paravidya, that is vijnanam we call. It's called vijnanam. Only when the knowledge is well assimilated, when the vision of the Shastram becomes your vision, the Shastra vision is your vision, then only moksha is. Then only knowledge is said to be well assimilated, then only freedom is. So, therefore, the question may come, why when pramana is operated, knowledge takes place. When pramana is operated, knowledge takes place. Why then I don't feel to be really free? Knowledge happens, there is no doubt, because the words with what is taught, the meaning of the words all this is understood. So the words produce knowledge, but the result of the knowledge, the fruit of that knowledge, it's not seem to be experienced. I don't feel to be free in spite of having listened to the Shastra. It means there is some obstacles, pratibandha in the form of pratibandha in the form of the impurities, the, the impurities like the vagueness also an impurity. The doubts, that is also an impurity. Previously, there were impurities, ragadvesha, that were handled, that were managed by Karma Yoga. Now, after Karma Yoga, after Shravanam, still there are pratibandhas which are in the form of the samshaya. The samshayatmakam jnanam. Samshaya is also a pratibandha, it's also an obstacle only. Samshaya. Samshaya sahita jnanam. Therefore, in spite of Shravanam, the the palam, the result, I don't enjoy. I don't feel myself to be free. I feel myself to be the same person before Shravanam, even after Shravanam. So that is because of samshaya and also because of viparita bhavana. Viparita bhavana, it's what we call that habitual tendencies. In spite of knowing, because of my previous tendencies, previous samskaras, what had been gathered before, not only in this janma, even in the other previous, all the previous janmas, they all, the form of a big obstacle, prevent me from enjoying this knowledge. So therefore, to remove the pratibandha only, this dhyanam, otherwise called nididhyasanam. We call it as nididhyasana. This chapter is nididhyasana. We sit for meditation. We sit for contemplating on what we had heard. We meditate on the words of the Shastra, seeing through the words and see the meaning of the words to be the meaning of myself. When Shastram says Atma Avyayaha, Atma is not something other than me, it is myself, Agam Avyayaha. So wherever Atma is in the Shastra, replace it by Atma is myself. Atma is not Shariramana Sangata. His Atma is myself. Shariramana Sangata is Anatma. So Atma is Avikriyaha Atma, it is Nityaha, Satyaha, Nitya, Sat, Nitya Mukta, Swabhavaha. It is talking about me. So it is me, myself. That is a vision. So for that only this Nididhyasanam to entrench that vision, to assimilate that vision, to make that knowledge available for me all the time, not only during the class, all the time, during my vyavahara with the world also. Therefore, only Nididhyasanam. So for that Nididhyasanam, otherwise called Dhyanam, the Antaranga, Antaranga sadhana, the steps, preparatory steps. So that is what is talked about starting from this shloka. The previous chapter and all, Bhagiranga sadhana, that is Karma Yoga talked about. Yoga, Karma Yoga. So anything, any sadhana, any means by which the ragadveshas are maintained, they are Bhagiranga sadhana. It could be the form of Karma Yoga or any other yoga. But every yoga can be can be called as Karma Yoga. Any yoga, because karma is involved, therefore Karma Yoga only. If you do pranayama, that is Karma Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga, that is also Karma Yoga. Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga. And as that is in the Gita, doing one's duty with the attitude, that is Karma Yoga. Of course, it is what Karma Yoga is all about. That is Bhagiranga sadhana. Now, Antaranga sadhanas are talked about, which involves certain steps. So therefore, here it says, Yogi Unjita. Yogi, who is a yogi? Yogi means here the dhyata, dhyayi ityartaha. The one who sits for meditation, who sits for nididhyasanam. The one who sits for contemplation on the words of the Shastram, what he had heard during Shravanam. So dhyayi ityartha yunjita, yogi yunjita. So yunja also, that is this dhatu, yunj dhatu. That is yuj dhatu, yunjita. Yunjita is linglakara. May the yogi, the dhyayi, the meditator meditate. Yunjita means yunj, join. May he join. What is joining here? There is no physically joining with something. May he join satatam, always, constantly, his mind, his mind with the dhyaya vastu, with the object of meditation. So that is why yunjita, samadadhyat, atmanam, that is antakaranam with what? With the object of meditation. Here the object of meditation is what? Brahma, Atma. So Atmanam, the mind is connected to Atma. May he join, may he unite, that is the connection, the unite is by meditation. It's not physical, it is my mind is connected with the object of meditation. It means may ye meditate. That is the translation. May ye yunjita, may ye meditate. Yunj meaning to connect, to yoke, to connect. May ye connect the mind with the object of meditation. The object of meditation is Ishvara. So therefore, may ye sit for meditation. Atmanam, satatam atmanam, ragasistitaha. With his mind, atmanam. Atmanam is, here it is, antakaranam, ityartaha, antakaranam. Antakaranam, ragasi. Ragasi means secret place. Ekante ityartaha, in a secluded place, in solitude, a place where there is no disturbance from the people or no disturbance from the animals. Ragasistitaha, ekante. So that's why in a cave or in a mountain or in a place where there is no disturbance, even within a house, stitaha, being seated, being there in a place where there is no disturbance, may ye meditate. Ekaki. Here also ekaki. Ragasi is also Ragasi is ekante, alone, not group meditation. Vidyasanam. Ragasi means ekante, alone, not with any other partners. Group meditation, that is different. That is done in the group club. That is during the course. But after that, individual one has to do ekante, alone. Ekaki is without any asahaya. Asahaya. Ekaki is Ragasi is ekante, in a quiet place. Ekaki is alone. So in a quiet place, alone, one has to meditate. So Ragasi stitaha means in a secret place. In a secret place, Ragasi ekanta sthanam. That is that Ragasi, the word, talks about the sthanam, the place which is secret, which is not disturbed. That's why Ragasi stitaha. Remaining in a quiet place. Au, ekaki, alone. Remaining alone in a quiet place. Tatatam atmanam unjita yatachittatma. Very important. Yatachittatma. With the yatachittatma, with the body, mind, they are completely yataha, completely restrained, not forcefully. That body, mind, senses, they are withdrawn, means they are in a relaxed. They are relaxed. In a relaxed way. So not beating them, not subjugating. Here there is no subjugation of the sense organs. The sense organs are withdrawn. They are relaxed. With the force, you cannot make yourself sit for meditation. The sense organs, the mind, they all have to obey. They all have to be ready for meditation. Therefore, yatachittatma, referring to the person. In fact, this word is qualifies the yogi, the dhyagi. The dhyagi who is yatachittatma and nirashira parigraha, who is free from ashihi and also aparigraha. Nirashihi, one word. Parigraha is another word. Nirashira parigraha. Nirashihi, who is free from asha, from desires, from longings. And aparigraha means no possession. Therefore, no need to worry of the objects being taken away by someone else, no stealing, etc. So one doesn't have to contemplate on the possessions. If possessions are there, one has to safeguard it, one has to worry about it. So like we worry about our costly chapel that we left outside the temple. All the time we will be contemplating on the chapel, even being in the temple. That's the parigraha. So therefore, being free from possession and asha also not there, no longing. And yatachittatma, this yogi, now in a secluded place alone, may he sit for nididhyasa. May he contemplate on the words of the Shastra. Yunjita dhyayi, the dhyanam kuruta ityataha. And further the place is talked about, place of the asanam, where you should sit, on which asana you should sit. Regarding asana meaning, asana has got two meaning. One is seat, other one is posture. Here it is, the seat is talked about. Asanam pratishtapya, shucho deshe pratishtapya, what? Stiram asanam pratishtapya, having placed the asana. That is a seat. Stiraha, steady, having placed the asanam, where in a shucho desha, in a pure place. The place which is pure, naturally it is pure, or it is made clean and it's made pure. So in that place, because you cannot sit in a place where there is a pollution, where there is some stinking smell and all that, our focus will be on the disturbances only. Disturbance in the form of smell or noise. So noise free, smell free. So it's all free from that. That's why sacred place. Maybe in the temple or in the cave or on the top of the mountain. So therefore, Shuchov Deshe, clean place. Or in a place where the great people have done tapas. That's a sacred place. On the bank of the Ganga, sacred place. Or in front of the murti in the temple where there is no disturbance again. Clean place. So therefore, Shacho Deshe Pratishtapya, having spread the asana in a clean place, Pratishtapya, Stiram, that the asana should be stira. The asana, stira asanam. Asanam, the asanam should be firm, and it should not be na atyuchritam, not too high, because you may fall when you do nididhyasanam. You may fall when you do dhyanam. You may fall from the asanam. Na atinicham, not too low. If it is too low, there may be dampness, or there may be, in spite of being clean, there may be some small insects biting. So na atinicham, na atyuchritam, not too high, not too low. So on a seat which is relatively safer, higher, so that you don't fall. Even if you fall, you are not hurt, and not too low also. And how the asana has to be prepared. Shaila Ajina Kushottaram. Shaila Ajina Kusha Uttaram. Shaila Ajina Kushottaram. Shaila Ajina Kusha. Shaila is soft cloth. Shaila. And Ajina is the skin of animal. Yeah. Mainly it is deer skin or tiger skin. then on that grass. But now it the skin, deer skin and all, it is problem. So it is deer skin, Chaila Ajina. It is not available, then we have to spread with the cloth. That is Ajina. We have to skip that. So Ajina, then Kusha grass, one over the other. So first Kusha grass. First Kusha is sacred. On that the skin. On that the skin, deer skin. Then the so Kusha grass on that skin, and on the top it is the cloth. So Chaila Jina Kusha Uttaram. So facing one above the other. Kusha grass and then deer skin on the top, the cloth. This is the asanam has to be prepared, and this asanam should be kept in a place which is free from disturbances. It is sacred, it is pure. Antaranga sadhanam. All these are antaranga sadhanam. Now, having prepared the seed, then what this person has to do? Tatra ekagram manakritva yatachittendriya kriyaha. Tatra ekagram manakritva yatachittendriya kriyaha. Now, tatra kutra asane ekagram manakritva asane upavishya asane, seated on the asana. Upavishya asane upavishya, having seated on the asana. Manaha ekagram krutva, ekagram ekam agre yasya tat manaha, that mind which has got only one thing before that. It means focused, one-pointed. It should be one-pointed. It should be absorbed in the dhyaya vishaya, object of meditation. So making the mind one-pointed, focused. Making the mind one-pointed, focus on the object of meditation. Yata chittendriya kriyaha. Yataha, restrained. What? Chitta, indriya, and kriya. Chitta, the mind. Indriya, the sense organs. And kriya is action. So, the referring to the person, the one person who has mastered the mind as well as indriya, as well as the indriya kriya. Indriya kriya, the actions performed by what? By the indriya. So yata chittendriya kriyaha, yata chittendriya kriyaha is, it's a Bhagavad Samasa. Yataha chittendriya kriyaha yena saha. So chitta, indriya, tesham kriyaha, the actions of them, the activities of the mind and of the senses, as well as the mind and the senses, all these are withdrawn. All these are over this person has control. So therefore, having control the mind and sense organs, may he sit on the asana, making the mind one-pointed, focused. Yunjyat. Yoga. What yogam yunjyat? May ye do yoga yunjyat. May ye, yogam is dhyanam kuryat ityartha. Yogam yunjyat. For what? Atma shuddhaye. Atma shuddhaye is antakarna shuddhyartam. Antakarna shuddhyartam yogam yunjyat. Kimartam yogam yunjyat? Atma shuddhaye. Why should he perform this yoga, this meditation? For Atma shuddhaye, for antakarna shuddhi. Antakarna shuddhaye. Atma is antakarnam. So antakarna shuddhaye yogam yunjyat iti. So here further we will see the some details. Now, having arranged a seat of meditation, what should do? He should sit. Upavishya asane. Asane upavishyati. He should sit. Can he lie down or can he stand? No. He should sit. Sitting is what is only when he sit, that is one meditation. Standing or lying down, he may fall sleep. So lying down is not the right posture. Standing is also not the right posture. So continuous standing may cause a problem in the legs. So therefore, sitting. Therefore, only this asana, that is the posture also is important. The posture is also important. That is why in the Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, and Asana. The asana, that is the seating posture, has to be practiced. Before meditation, the asana is chosen, the right asana. Asana, what I mean is posture. Not asyati asminati asanam. That is seat. Seat is one thing, posture. The right posture, that comfortable posture. Whether it's Padmasana or whatever, Siddhasana, whatever asana it is. Some asana has to be chosen. The asana is a sitting asana. Now, and there are two things involved in this dhyanam, the meditation. What are the two things? One is withdrawal, yatachittendriya kriyaha. Yatachittendriya kriyaha, number one. Another one is withdrawal, other one is application. Withdrawal and application. These two processes are there in dhyanam. It is something like this. A dam is built. For what purpose? The dam is built to store water. Otherwise, the water will get wasted by going to the sea water. It's not wasted; it will merge with the sea and the rainwater. So that can be used for so many purposes, for drinking, for irrigation, etc. Therefore, a dam is constructed to store water. So to prevent water from being dissipated, so it is stored. The storing alone will not serve the purpose. Storing and channelizing the water for some useful purposes. So one is storing, restraining the water. And second one is channelizing the water for the right purposes, the right usage. Similarly, here also, first is etachintendriya kriyaha, that is restraining. Then yunjyat, may one apply the mind. May one apply the mind means may one do this yoga, this dhyanam for Atma Shuddhi, for Atma Shuddhaye, for the purification of the mind. Why the purification of mind? And here one more question will come. Why we talk about Atma Shuddhi? Atma Shuddhi already, is it not gained by Bhagiranga Sadhana, Karma Yoga? Yes. Bhagiranga Sadhana, the Karma Yoga is for gaining Atma Shuddhi, Antakarna Shuddhi. That is, Antakaranam is sufficiently made ready, prepared for Jnana Yoga. Antakaranam, that is the beginning. Later, by Nididhyasanam also Antakarana Shuddhi happens. By Nididhyasanam also Antakarana. If Antakaranam is completely purified, then by Shravanam, Jnanam should happen. There are pratibandhas in the form of samshaya, in the form of viparita bhavana, the habitual tendencies. Those are all also ashuddhi only, impurities only. That have to be removed. That is the ashuddhi is talked about. Those are the impurities. Therefore, Atma Shuddhiya is, this Shuddhi is after Shravanam. Karma Yoga is before Shravanam. Karma Yoga for Atma Shuddhi. Karma Yoga for Atma Shuddhi, that is before Shravanam. And here, Atma Shuddhi is after Shravanam. Nididhyasanam for Atma Shuddhi after Shravanam. So therefore, this Atma Shuddhi, Antakarna Shuddhi is nothing but, it is making the person, the pramata, ready for this jnanam, assimilating this jnanam. It is nothing but preparation of this pramata. The knower has to be ready. The knower has to be sufficiently prepared, free from all these obstacles, free from all these impurities. They are the obstacles. So, before Shravanam, the pramata is prepared. And after Shravanam, the pramata is further refined so that the knowledge of Atma is gained. This removal of Pratibandha, that is Atma Shuddhi, it is done through Dhyanam. It is done through this Nidhyasanam. So Atma Shuddhaye. So Ashuddhis are this vagueness, doubts, and the tendencies, the residual tendencies, the inner kashaya, etc. When you sit for meditation, all the kashayas will come. It's going to come we'll see that later. All the vasanas, all the previous memories which are stored inside will come. So one has to deal with that. All these are obstacles. All these are ashuddhi. Therefore, since they are the obstacles, they have to be handled, they have to be removed. Therefore, only meditation is suggested. Therefore, the removal of this pratibandha, the meditation is intended for the removal of pratibandha, not for gaining something new. Shravanena jnanam bhavati. For that jnanam, these are the pratibandhas. Therefore, for the removal of the pratibandha only is this meditation. Sitting on the asana, may the person be absorbed into the object of meditation. And for Vedanta students, the object of meditation is Atma. Therefore, it is Brahma, whether it's Sagunam Brahma or Nirgunam Brahma. If it is Sagunam Brahma, then it becomes Upasana. Nirgunam Brahma, then it is Nididhyasanam. That's the only difference. Now, how this is to be done, this dhyanam, making the mind single pointed. Agra is that is which is in front. It means it refers to that what is meditated upon, what is to be meditated upon. What is to be meditated upon should be only one thing, not many. Therefore, agre, ekam agre. Tatra ekagra. Ekam only is the then only it is meditation. If many are there, then it is not meditation. So ekam agre. Only one thing is right in front. Right in front of the mind, not physically. And etachittendriya kriyaha, having mastery over the mind, senses, and the actions of the mind and the senses. So, therefore, may this person sit and meditate yogam yunjyat. As I told before, this kashaya, the old memories, previous vasanas, the previous vasanas make pop up when a person sits for meditation, and when the mind becomes quiet, that is the right time. All the kashayas, we call kashaya in Mandukya, Gaudapada calls. These are kashaya. Kashaya is the impurities, the memories, old memories, all these things will pop up. They are ashuddhis. They are ashuddhi. So they have to be handled. They have to be removed. One should not react on these memories. Watching the memory just as a sakshi, as a witness, and dismissing all this. Just watch it, watching itself. Only when you react and resist, it gains strength. So not reacting to it, allowing it to pass through. So you just become a conduit. Let this pass through. So, and therefore, when the mind is quiet, all these things will pop up. So when all these things pop up, that's an indication the mind is getting quiet. So that's an indication. So people complain of not able to make the mind be quiet. So this is an indication. The old memories, the vasanas comes up means the mind is becoming quiet. It is quiet. So therefore, in dhyanam, this memories may pop up in a quiet mind. So let this come up and you be a witness. You create a distance. You create a distance between yourself and these thoughts, the old memories, what comes. You create a distance. Don't be carried over. Otherwise, you will go with the thought and your meditation will be nullified. You will be carried over by the thoughts and there is no more ekagram and you will be traveling with the thoughts You're traveling to the past and future, whatever it is. So therefore, create a distance. Let there be a gap. Let there be a gap between you and these thoughts. Don't resist and don't get frightened by them. The more the resistance, the more will be the struggle. And more the gap, the more relaxed you will be. So the distancing yourself. That's why Sakshi, as a Sakshi, you are a witness. As you watch a movie, sitting relaxedly, similarly you just witness. So therefore only all these are Ashuddhi. Therefore only the meditation should be practiced for purifying the Antakaranam. For purifying the Antakaranam. Prayer also, the prayer, the Vachika karma or Manasa karma, the prayer, that also helps in gaining Antakarana Shuddhi. Prayer. Because the prayer involves, the prayer creates, it brings about a change in you that you accept what has gone before. You accept what has happened, not resisting. By understanding the order, that is Ishvara, you accept what has happened. So you don't resist the facts. So the glad acceptance of whatever had happened, whatever had gone before, by understanding that everything is within the order. What had happened to you also, whether it is better experiences, whether it's bitter or good, it's all within the order only. So when you accept gladly, it means you accept Ishvara. When you accept Ishvara, then you accept it gladly, then that prayer also can bring about certain Atma Shuddhi, certain tranquility, certain calmness, Atma Shuddhi. You are not, now you are creating a distance between between you and what had happened to you before. Because sometimes these bitter memories disturbs the meditation. Bitter memories as well as some sweeter memories, both are obstacles. But sweeter memory doesn't disturb, but bitter memories disturbs more. Therefore, one need to create a distance. Accept it as a fact. The more the acceptance, the more will those thoughts will lose its strength. It will not have impact on you. So acceptance is Ishvara. That accepting is Ishvara. What had happened to you, it is within the order. So when you accept means you are accepting Ishvara. So therefore the mind will be tranquil. The tranquility indicates the Shuddhi, Atma Shuddhi. So in both ways. So therefore, identifying with the thoughts, identifying with the vritti, or identifying with the shariram, thinking that what happens to the body is what happens to me, that is the obstruction, that is a pratibandha, biggest pratibandha. So the shariramana sangata, as long as this identification is there, so what happens to them, it's what happens to me, that becomes a great pratibandha. That has to be removed in dhyanam. How? The knowledge is in the form of the vritti, knowledge in the form of a vritti, and vritti requires pramana vichara. And for this, the impurities in the form of raga, dvesha, kashaya, viparita, all these things have to be removed. So, therefore, this plays a very important position. This dhyanam plays an important position in the life of the sadhaka. Dhyanam is not for knowledge. It is not for gaining new knowledge. This dhyanam is meant for Atma Shuddhi. Because in Shravanam, knowledge takes place. Knowledge is by vritti. Any knowledge is in the form of vritti. What about Atma Jnanam? Atma Jnanam also in the form of vritti only. It requires pramana vichara. So pramana vichara, vritti, jnanam. And for that those which are obstacles in the form of raga, dvesha, kashaya, etc., they have to be removed. For that removal only it is dhyanam. Therefore, dhyanam, dhyasanam, it is not meant for gaining new knowledge. It is for removing the impurities. Knowledge is taken care of by vritti jnana. The words of the Shastram produces knowledge, pramanam. So, therefore, Atma Shuddhaye Yogam this Vidhyasanam Dhyanam Yunjyat iti. We can take it as Nididhyasanam and we can take it as Dhyanam just as Upasana also. Even for Upasana, Upasana involves focus of the mind on the Ishta Devata, on the Dhyaya Vastu. Dhyaya Vastu is some Ishta Devata, some Rupam. So that is Saguna Brahma Dhyana. Saguna Brahma with attributes, Saguna Brahma Dhyana. The same Saguna Brahma Dhyanam with the karma becomes a means for gaining Brahma Loka. Having gone to Brahma Loka, from Brahmaji receives Upadesha and gains Krama Mukti. That is called Upasana. It's Vishishta Upasana. By Upasana, the person gains Brahma Loka and gains Moksha, that is Karma Mukti. So here we are not talking about Saguna Brahma Dhyanam, since we are talking about the Atma, therefore it is Nirguna Brahma Dhyanam, otherwise called Nididhyasanam. But the steps are same. The Antaranga sadhana, the steps are same for both. Being meditation, therefore steps are same. Then further, the Bhagavan says here, having talked about the seat, now in the next shloka, Bhagavan says how one should sit on the asana, how the body should be placed on the asana. All these may be minute details, but these minute details are important. One should not take granted all these minute details. In the Gurukulam, when Swamiji teaches meditation, Puji Swamiji, he teaches meditation. In the beginning, he has to close the eyes. The eyes, how do we close? Swamiji emphasizes on closing the eyes softly. Closing the eyes softly. No strain on the eyes. This is an important step. Since this is taken lightly, the meditation becomes ineffective for many. So Swamiji emphasizes on this, closing the eyelids softly. It may look simple, but it has a significant impact on the meditation. So therefore, all these are minute details. And here also Bhagavan Krishna says, he will say later, in this shloka itself, Nasikagram Swam, we will read that. Let us read the shloka. Samam kaya shiro grivam.
Samam kaya shiro grivam.
Dharayanna chalam stiraha.
Dharayanna chalam stiraha.
Samprekshya nasikagram swam.
Samprekshya nasikagram swam.
Deshaschanavalokayan.
Deshaschanavalokayan.
Nasikagram samprekshya deshaschana avalokayan. Samam kaya shiro grivam dharayan achalam stiraha. So here no kriya padam, you have to supply. Samam kaya shiro grivam. Kaya shiro grivam samam. And it is achalam. Dharayan stiraha. Bhutva swam nasikagram samprekshya. Here we have to supply iva. Nasikagram samprekshya means looking at the tip of the nose. It means the eyes looking at the tip of the nose means you will get a headache. Continuously, if you keep gazing at the tip of the nose, you will get a headache. So therefore, eva, not really gazing at the tip of the nose. There are some meditative postures. You will see that two eyes, the eyes, no, looking at the tip of the nose. It is not said in the Gita. It is eva. You will see what it is. So looking at the tip of the nose, as though it is, as not really, it is as though. Then Dishashchana Avalokayan, sun, Asit, you have to supply. Asita. The Kriyapadam you have to supply. Asita. Here, sitting. How to sit on the asana is talked about. So may one sit Asita. Dishashchana Avalokayan, sun, Asita. Asita Kriyapadam you have to supply. Now here, the body, the kaya, the kaya means body, shiraha, head, the head, and the griva is neck. So shira, kaya, shira, grivam, samam. Kaya, shira, shiro, grivam. Kaya is kayascha, shirascha, grivacha. Kaya, shiro, grivam. It is samahara dvanda samasa. The body, the head, and the neck. It is, should be in a straight line. Samam meaning it is, should be in a straight line. Samam means same means straight line. It should not be bent. Na vakram, avakram, that is same, should be in a straight line, meaning not to bend them in any way. So one should sit erect. One should sit erect for meditation with the body, the neck, and the head should, the griva, the neck should be in straight line. And also one more word is that achalam. Achala means nachalam. The body is firm. It is still, kept still in one's asana. So it means once you sit on a particular posture, Padmasana or whatever asana, the legs and the feet are folded in such a way that they don't require any further change. So one should be able to sit comfortably in particular asana for a length of time. That is called the mastery over the asana. It's mastery over asana. That's why it is practiced. The mastery over asana is, the asana is practiced before. The legs and the feet should be able to fold and place it for a length of time, so that doesn't require any change. You don't have to, you should not change the position. So when you keep the legs and the feet in a particular manner, in particular asana, and keeping the kaya, shira, and griva in a straight line, so any comfortable posture can be chosen, whether it's Padmasana, Sukhasana, whatever it is. The important thing is there must be firmness in the seat of meditation. Why it is required the firmness, stiraha, achalam stiraha? Because after having seated on the asana, the next stage is pranayama. Pranayama, breathing exercise. If the body is bent, then breathing could be disturbed. So when if breathing is not proper, the mind gets disturbed. So it's all connected. There is connection between the mind and the breathing. So in order to keep the mind steady, the breathing has to be proper, has to be steady, and therefore the asana also has to be steady. Therefore, only samam kaya shiro grivam. It should not be bent. It should not be vakram. It should be avakram. It should be in a straight line, so that breathing is steady. So that mind also becomes steady. The unsteady mind becomes steady by pranayama, because there is a strong connection. There's a connection between the mind and the breath. That is why it is said when you are overpowered by the emotions, strong emotions, anger, etc. So when you do breathing, because mind is disturbed, so when you do this pranayama, the mind is made calm, because there is a connection between breathing and the mind. So breathing becomes abnormal when you are angry. To make the mind relaxed. So when you do pranayama, the mind becomes normal. When breathing becomes abnormal when you are angry, and breathing is normal, your mind is relaxed. So to make the mind relaxed, you make the breathing normal. That's like pranayama. So therefore, by controlling breathing, 1:4:2. Kumbhaka, let's say Puraka, Rechaka, Kumbhaka. Puraka is inhaling. And Kumbhaka is retaining. Rechaka, there is a ratio, 1:4:2. That is the time, 1:4:2 is the ratio of the time by which the Puraka, Kumbhaka, Rechaka is done. It's all advanced. So pranayama. By pranayama, what we gain is we control the vikshepa of the mind. The scattering of the mind is controlled. Therefore, pranayama. This pranayama is possible only when you sit on a comfortable posture for a certain period of time. So therefore, samam kaya shirogrivam. Samam kaya shirogrivam. So therefore, we have to, from the 5th chapter, we have to add that shloka also here. Pranapano samo krutva nasabhyantara charinau iti. So therefore, pranayama, breathing in and breathing out in a rhythmic way. Then sampreksha nasikagram. Sampreksha nasikagram swam. So here, what is sampreksha? Iksha. Iksh means to see. Samyak ikshanam. Iksh plus lyap pratyaya. Sampurvaka. Iksh plus lyap pratyaya. Sampreksha. Having gazed at what? Nasika agram. Nasikayaha agram. Nasika agram. The tip of the nose. The tip of the nose. Why tip of the nose? The idea is the indriyas, the pancha jnanendriya, the tongue and the skin, the sparshendriya, they require contact. Tongue is meant for tasting. So tasting means the tongue has to touch the object. Then it senses taste. Similarly, the skin perceives Ushna or Shita by touch. So therefore, the jikhva and this tvaka both requires contact. And nasika also requires that nasika, the nose, is meant for smelling. That also requires the object to be close. Only when the object is close, we can smell. And the ears also pick up sound. Ears also pick up sound, but if the sound is far off, then ears cannot pick up. Now, this jikhva, this tvaka, and nose, as well as ears, all these can pick up the sense objects only when they are close. What about the eyes? The eyes, when it is open, it can see up to a certain distance, far off distance, it can see. So that seeing, the seeing causes disturbance. Therefore, the main disturbance is only from chakshurindriya, not from other indriya. Of course, you may say ear is open, ear doesn't have door, ears also can pick up sound. That's why we say Shucho Deshe Pratishtapya Ekaki Ragasi Stitaha, all these things said before. In a place which is free from disturbances, secluded place, free from disturbances. So one has to sit. So therefore, if assuming the sound disturbance is not there, noise is not there, and the tongue and skin requires touch, nose also requires close contact. So these 4 sense organs are sufficiently, they are taken care. I mean, they don't have any object to interact with. Therefore, they may not cause problem. We can assume they may not cause problem. But what about the eyes? If we close our eyes, sleep will come. If you open the eyes, you see the outside world and the rest distraction. Therefore, here Bhagavan Krishna says, keep the eyes half closed. Keep the eyes half closed. That is what he said here. Nasikagram swam. Looking at the tip of the nose as though. It is not really looking at the tip of the nose. When you see the tip, when you say tip of the nose, tip means where? Is it at the top of the nose or at the bottom of the nose? So all these things will come. This is not what here Bhagavan Krishna has said. Keep the mind half closed. When you keep the eyes half closed. When you keep the eyes half closed, it is as though that your eyes are looking at the tip of the nose. It's not really tip of the nose. Eva. Therefore, only Eva. Therefore, the eyes are not completely open, not completely closed. If it is completely closed at the beginning, you may fall asleep. If it is completely open, the outside world may take you away from meditation. Therefore, keeping it half closed. Keeping it half closed. Dishaschana avalokayan. Dishaha means direction. Avalokayan, na avalokayan, not looking here and there. Not looking in any particular direction. Not looking any Dishaschana avalokayan, not looking in any particular direction. May one sit. Asita. May one sit. So therefore, Dishaschana avalokayan. Na avalokayan. Dishaha anavalokayan. This is anavalokayan. This is anavalokayan is this is anavalokayan. Avalokayan is seen. Which all these are referring, all these are Shatranta, they are referring to the Karta, the doer of meditation. This is Chana avalokayan. Avaloka antara. Avalokam antara kurvan. Avaloka antara kurvan ityartaha. So not looking here and there. If you look here and there, it is not meditation. Therefore, not looking in any particular direction, keeping the body, the head, and the neck in a straight line, sitting in a sthira posture, and as though looking at the tip of the nose, may one sit. This is about the sitting. This is about just the sitting. Having prepared the asana, may one sit. Okay, then having seated on the asana, now only the meditation starts. The next shloka, where now here how the meditation should be done, that is talked about here. The next shloka, 14th shloka. So I think we will read this. We'll read the shloka the next class. So we'll stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyawada.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद शनि जी.
धन्यवाद ऋषि जी.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद.